多分急に振られたんだと思います。
Okay, I think everything is correct. I don't know if you're seeing my face.
皆さん顔見えてますでしょうか、私の顔。
Maybe not. So, well, so well, let's continue. I think I misunderstood. Ivan will be talk first. Is it okay, Michael?
まず最初に私が話していいのかしらと思ってますが、大丈夫ですか？
Okay.
マイケル・ヨウさんいいですか？アイバンさんがいいですよというふうに。
If you mute your mic and camera. Thank you.
カメラをまっすぐしてください。いいですか？
You're listening. You're listening. My voice is clear.
私の言葉クリアでしょうか？大丈夫ですか？
Okay, let's continue.
では続けましょう。
I think this is a very good timing for to talk about Japan because here is happening a lot of new things, amazing things.
Hello, good day. Good morning, good evening, good night. Welcome to our weekly mentorship webinar. We are here all the way from Trinidad and Tobago, and of course, this is very exciting what is taking place right now. We have some fantastic speakers to speak today. And of course, this is Ivan and Michelle, Diamond Consultants in the Caribbean, under, of course, our Blue Diamond, Mr. Cordell King Jayms, and Captain, I should always say that, and Captain of this wonderful rocket ship, apparently. And this rocket ship is taking flight, and it's going into another dimension because what we have is some very exciting news of the progress. I would like to welcome each and every one of you. And, you know, we'll just get into some of the aspects that, that is really taking place at this present time. And if you all will notice, is that our cloud flare situation has been taken care of. That is the first and foremost thing that we want to actually highlight today. And we have to give a drum roll to the IT and technical team that handles our technical aspects in this company. They are doing a fantastic job, and they are very quick. They respond very quickly to any of the situations that we have, and they handle it and solve the problem. So we have a team of problem solvers, which is what we look for in this company called One Life. You know, our captain is very problem-solving oriented, I should say, in that he works quickly, he moves with precision, and he gets things done. And that's what we need. We need a group of leaders to handle things and get situations under control. We don't panic in this company. What we do is find the adequate solution for our issues. All right, so moving right along. So the pension is gone. The deal shaker will be done shortly, so we can look forward to that. So any issues at all that you are having with the deal shaker, that will be soon taken care of. So that is another aspect that is going to take place very, very soon. So we have two fantastic, and I should say, fantastic speakers this morning, or night or evening, depending, of course, where you are. You know, these people have been doing some fantastic things. But before we get into that, I would just like, of course, to highlight some other people. Let me just share my screen here. Let's see. All right. I would just like to let me do that again. Let me see if this will work. All right. I don't have screen sharing. Okay, but what I would like to do is really highlight Gail Paul from Australia, who is doing also one academy presentation at 8:30 Australian time. All right, so that is under, of course, STAR, and they have started doing One Academy presentations. We also have, of course, the Blue Diamond from Italy, Luca and Marco Diamond, also doing presentations. And of course, you know that we here in the Caribbean, we do our daily presentation, nightly, I should say, on really getting out of this financial rut that a lot of people are in. So we have a lot of things going on. We have a lot of things to be thankful for. We are all healthy still in this corona lockdown, and we are still getting things done. And you know, when we could operate under these extreme circumstances, it shows the power of the community. So we really appreciate each and every one here. But I'll get right into it, and of course introduce our first speaker, who is Jose from Japan. I don't want to pronounce his last name. Incorrectly, but is Sorawara, I believe. I mean, Jose, you can say it, but you know, it is so wonderful to have you on this call. And yes, Japan is one of the places. Of course, we know Yuki and all the rest there in Japan, but they are doing some things as well.
Thank you, Ivan.
And we would like to introduce you, please. The mic is yours.
Okay. Thank you. I'm sorry. I misunderstand the order. I speak first. So I'm sorry, Ivan. I'm sorry again. I'm Jose Sugawara. I'm Emerald from Japan. And now I'm a country manager from Japan. I know that it's normally one country manager for each country, but in Japan we have three, including me, another country manager. It's Saya Ikegami and Doremi Tamamura. They are three young ladies working very hard for Deal Shaker. And we both, now we are trying to introduce a new system, a Deal Shaker system appropriately for our market in Japan. We have selected our first three sub-managers in March. We are educating them, and they have started to take place in our weekly live, Facebook Live, Facebook webinars. And we are going to start another selection period for some managers on this month, 27th April, and we hope we will have a lot of new sub-managers to make a big wave, a Deal Shaker wave in Japan. Even though we are under the coronavirus epidemic problem, the country government has just declared the outbreak, and we cannot go out of our houses in every country, but we are doing webinars every day, almost every day, meetings, and the people, well, trying to keep motivated the people, and talking with everyone to start as soon as the coronavirus the problem ends, to start moving and promoting the Deal Shaker, doing bazaars, small bazaars, and also we have our postponed Deal Shaker Expo, Tokyo Deal Shaker Expo. Big Tokyo Deal Shaker Expo. So hopefully we will have the big expo this year. Okay, well, I don't know how much to say. This is okay. So it was decided suddenly, my participation, that I'm very, very excited and but nervous. I hope you can help me now.
スレントとこういう場に出てきたので、すごい緊張してしまったんですけど。
All right, Jose. Could you hear us? Yeah.
Yes, yes.
はい、さんありがとうございます。
I'm sorry. Maybe you listen the Japanese in Japanese language and English because I have the translators here in another Zoom meeting. So they are translating the weekly GMG mentorship webinar to Japanese members.
Okay, so what is the situation like in Japan? I know that you said that you are holding some deal shaker expos. How is the situation in Japan? Coronavirus.
Oh, the coronavirus, the number of infected people is still growing, but slowly growing, but slowly but growing.
Yeah.
And the government has recommended us not to go outside houses till May 6th. But the general opinion here is that the period we cannot go outside will be extended, probably.
Okay. And which is the most affected area?
The most affected area is Tokyo and Osaka. The biggest city are the most affected area.
Okay, so could you operate outside of that in the sense that if someone needs goods, could you deliver from the deal shaker and so forth? Because in Trinidad and Tobago, we do delivery for the individuals on the deal shaker. Do you have that same system?
In deal shaker, this depends on the merchant, but we are in our weekly Friday webinars. We invite merchants and they promote the product, the coupons, showing the QR code, just like Fred is doing. We're trying to imitate Fred's strategy.
Yeah.
And we are trying to bring in Japan every successful cases from outside. We are trying to make again the market here in the deal market.
So Jose, when the merchants advertise on a Friday, and if people buy their products, do they make arrangement for delivery? Is that possible? Is that being done?
Yes. The merchant is able to do delivery.
But why we asked that and we wanted it to be highlighted, we want to let everyone know that Deal Shaker is actually operating amidst the coronavirus, and that we are finding innovative ways to help our community and participate.
Sorry, I didn't get your English. I'm sorry. Can you?
I was saying, sorry, I forget about the translator. I was saying why I asked the question is to show that our Deal Shaker is working despite the coronavirus, in that we are adding value to our community and we are helping people because the merchants are advertising, people are buying, and they are receiving their products. So we are bringing value and adding value amidst the crisis.
You are right. Correct. You are correct. So, also in Japan, there are a lot of merchants, a lot of businessmen, small businessmen, that they cannot do their business, normal business. They still need to pay their employees, need to pay so the normal paying, the electricity, water, but they don't have sales. So here, Deal Shaker becomes a very huge help for them and a great opportunity to them to get sales. Also, it's a big period for big time for Deal Shaker to to promote the platform.
Very good, very good, excellent.
Awesome, awesome. We are getting, okay, is it the same with you in Japan? We are getting normal, regular merchants calling us to come on to the Deal Shaker. Is that the same? Is that the same thing that you're experiencing there as well?
In Japan, not yet. Here is Deal Shaker, the development of Deal Shaker for the recent years, it was too slow. So we have, looking at the dashboard, we have about 400 merchants only, almost not active. So we are trying to create a system with the country managers and sub-managers and wake up them. Also, try new merchants. And with promotion. We recently opened our Facebook page, and we are putting webinars there. Webinars, also compliance. We are and keeping seminars online. Everyone can watch our webinars, our seminars, and learn from them. This is the first time in Japan. The people, normal people, not only members, everyone can see what we are doing from the internet, using the internet. This is the first time I see. The later leaders didn't do that. So we are trying to be more transparent here in Japan. I am expecting personally big results, and hope to add value from Japan to the community.
Okay, one more question. Will you be using the 10K promotion that we have going on at this present time to build your organization quicker? Are you still building actively the One Life side?
Yes, we are trying to build. I will be honest with you. We are trying to build, but we still don't get a result. But this is the big timing. I don't know if you did know, because our Japanese captain was stepped down because of health problem. I became today the new captain from Japan.
Wow. Awesome, congratulations.
Yes, big responsibility, but I'm very motivated. I think I can, we from Japan, we can make big results soon.
Very good, very good. Okay, before you go, do you have any last comments? Any last thing that you could tell the network, inspire them?
So my personal opinion, we are in a big time. We are living a big time of changes. So I think we are witnessing the changing of the world. So and our company would be a big part of this change. Will add a lot of value to not only the community, to all over the world. If we continue the vision, if we realize the vision, we can change the world. One life, one academy. Bisheka will change our lives, and we will generate a lot of happy people. I want to see a lot of happy faces, and I think we will do. So also with our captain, King Jayms.
Okay, thank you so much, Jose. And I congratulate you and your team for doing such a wonderful job, for taking up that responsibility, of course, of being the new country manager of Japan. We wish you all the best, and we are here to help. Right? So any situation that you find, please feel free to ask and reach out, and we will help you. All right. So bye for now, and hope to see you soon.
Bye. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much.
I'm sorry for the news.
All right. So
that
was an awesome interview from Jose out of Japan. I wouldn't attempt to pronounce his last name, but it's a wonderful interview and very touching and also very real. And these are some of the things that we are doing here, of course, in One Life community. And we want to keep it exciting. We want to keep it true. And we don't want to hide behind anything. We want to show you who the people are really and the heart of the people. All right, so we are moving from one part of the world to another continent. And this, you know, in her, a lot of her interviews, Dr. Ruja identified that she has a special place for Africa. And this is one of the main areas that she wanted, of course, to spread this One Academy education and to help with the future of payments in this continent, Africa. And we have someone very special here. He's an Emerald consultant coming out of Uganda. And, you know, I think, is he standing by? He is John. Could you raise your hand, sir?
Can you hear me?
All right.
Can everyone hear me?
Yeah. All right. So there he is.
All right.
Welcome,
Good evening,
sir.
good morning.
You are looking so fresh. You're looking ready, and you have a beautiful assistant next to you. Who is this lovely lady?
Yeah, this is my assistant now, and she's taking on the Subtitles, and she's actually, yeah, that's why he brought her. And sometimes I want to show her how I'm speaking to the whole world, and she was like, "How do you do it?" So she's here. You say hi.
Hi. Hi.
Hi. All right. So, of course, because everybody's home, it is so good for her to be part of this. Because, like, again, as you said, they are the future. All right. So, tell us what is going on in Africa. Feel free to talk about what you're doing, some of the things that is being highlighted, and how you see this opportunity at this point in time. So the mic is yours.
Okay. Thank you so much. Yeah, greetings to everyone in your capacities. My name is MWambusya. I'm from Uganda. Uganda is in East Africa. Africa is a rising continent, not a dark continent or a backward continent, as how people say. It's actually a rising continent. Some few days I was sharing with Captain, and he was actually giving me good information how Africa can rise itself, but we are not aware. Actually, the most information, the most important thing that can help us, it is hidden in books. So Africans, we don't have a good character of reading. I joined this opportunity in 2016, and little did I know, I had the important weapon to change this world. What is that? That's One Academy education. I moved for 1 to 2 years up to 2018 when I discovered there is an education that I should take on. And it is actually becoming difficult for most of my fellows in Africa. I'm not only talking about Uganda, but almost the whole of half of the whole continent are not embracing technology, because when this business was coming to Africa, all the leaders that went who do not stand to correct their mistakes sold the idea of buy low and then sell high. So everyone, whoever you meet, you will say, "Oh my God, when are we selling our coins? When are we selling our coins?" So the idea was about buying coins at a low price and selling high. And that was also, it was my idea when I joined, that was my interest. But later on joining, it started changing my life. This COVID-19 has actually made me great again, despite of all effects. It has given me more time to concentrate in the One Academy. I don't sleep anymore. I take time to sleep because I want to deep much in the One Academy now. My concentration in the One Academy. Deep here in Uganda, we have been, we are so vibrant. We have a lot of IMAs, though most of them are demoralized, but we are raising back. We are raising back the flag through Deal Shaker, because we have a saying which says that usability is liquidity. Whoever is waiting to use the coin, to liquidate the coin, then if you give him a chance of using it, that will be great. The first wave of Deal Shaker that came with the past leaders, it never went well, and many people were demoralized. But now again, we are back. Why? Because we are trying to put the business right. I want to speak to every one of you. It is your responsibility. It is my responsibility to wherever you are. If you cannot be a merchant, do not expect to recruit a merchant. If you cannot sell anything on the Deal Shaker, do not expect to recruit someone selling anything on the Deal Shaker. This is the principle we are using. We are over 2,000 people in Uganda. But when I was starting this project, before I became a country manager, when I was starting this project of the Deal Shaker, I called 5 people. I wanted only 5 people. You can imagine, out of over 2,000 IMAs, picking only 5 people who are dedicated, who are actually willing to take this project ahead, despite of anything what is happening, because it is all about our dedication. If you don't want to dedicate yourself, do not expect anyone to dedicate it for you. I mean, we have had these words for a long time, motivating you, what have you, but it's all up to you. It comes back to you. I called my 5 people. We sat down, worked on our deals. After working them, we submitted them, activated them. We started accepting the coin. So when we started accepting the coin, we said, now look, what do we want? It's not enough. So we started recruiting others, showing them in our own IMAs, please, this is the way to go. It hasn't been easy, because, you know, Africa is a rough, we are branded so names, a lot of names. You are thieves, you are conmen, you what. We even have haters from Bitcoin. This guy who made the BBC series, he sponsored one gentleman who is here in Uganda, is making a lot of videos trying to brand us poor names, but still we are there, and we have to stand still. So if I quit, then if I quit, I'm the one leaving. I showed you my daughter, who is going to make 8 years. Why am I giving him this education? Because I've seen that if my dad had learned this information, I wouldn't be maybe in the level that I am on. I would be very far. So I have to make sure she learns. So if you can't enjoy it now, let your children enjoy it. Just have that heart that my kids in the next 5, 10 years, because when they grow up, they don't know what we went through, but they want a new life. They want happy life. You see what is happening. The world is closing. What is going to help you? It is the only asset that you have through education. Okay. So once we transfer this education, then the used coins that we have, we use them on the platform, the Deal Shaker. It's going to be great. So far, I have we have over 500 approved deals in Uganda. And what are we doing? If you are not interested in the Deal Shaker, we don't entertain you on our group. We are sorry, we are being a bit tough with the team that is coming on board. But there is no massage room. Please come. No, massage room is done. If you come, you come 100%. If you are not having, if you don't, we even have a group, specific group for approved merchants. If you don't have an approved account, you are not participating. Whether you allow the coin how many times, we don't care, then we take it off the group. So we move with the people who are ready to move with us. Okay, just be ready to get challenges, be ready to be abused, be ready to be to get complaints from different people, accusations and what have you. Others will put you in jail. Okay, others will bring police to your offices are closing, but you stay with that person who is ready to move with the vision. Because now we've seen exactly what the One Academy can do. And now the next move, the next wheels to move this project is the Deal Shaker. So We are being very much strict. We are scrutinizing all the deals that are coming on board. If you cannot accept terms and conditions that we are setting as a team, because we have a full committee that is running the project. If you cannot accept our terms and conditions, then we are sorry, we can't accept you, whether you have 10,000 coins, whether you have 1,000,000 coins, because it doesn't make sense if you come with coins, but you are disorganizing the system and you're not moving the vision. Because you bought the coins, you have gold in hands, but you're not aware. Secondly, what else are we doing? We are saying, if you don't know, in this site, you know guys who combine for the purpose. If you don't know how to open your account, you cannot access your username, you cannot access your password. Every day you come to office. Now we are saying, please, before you understand that, there are no coins, okay? You need to come, you understand the project, we teach you, you show us your phone, you show us your material, your gadget. We know that we have an active, instead of having 2,000 members, but they are inactive and you have only 2. The system is seeing 2,000 members, but only 2 members are active. What's going on? Meaning we are not understanding the project, we are just dumping it. So we are putting it as a condition, please. For you to have your deal worked on, make sure you understand what we are talking about, okay? Make sure you understand how to operate the system, how do you go to the system, how do you go to the platform, how do you buy, how do you redeem? This is what we are teaching. I mean, it's not, we are not teaching things from heaven. We have to teach you how do you go to your account, how do you redeem your coin, how do you buy, how do you sell, how do you, those are the things we need. So that we get you acquainted with the system. So that tomorrow in the next 1 year, we'll have a fuller system running, because our target is to join Africa, to make it one market. If I can if I can have people who want to sell their products from Uganda to another country, then I'll contact one of the country managers who is in Nigeria, who is in South Africa, or who is in any other country, and we organize, we get someone to ship them. Okay. Another thing, what we are doing is that we are looking at sector by sector. If we leave this one, we started with the small sector. If my coin can buy me food, if it can buy me food, posho, or rice, 1 kilogram like this, then tomorrow it will buy a car. You get someone who has a starter with 5 coins, he's telling you, I want to buy a car. You're asking him, how many coins do you have? You have 5 coins, and you want to buy a car? Seriously? Why? Because lack of knowledge. So we are saying you can use 2-3 coins to make you survive for the next week. We make sure people. So we started with putting small items, food, yellow bananas, drinks, small things. Then from there we go rising. Another project we have is a project of schools. We are having a lot of schools that we have put on the deal shaker, who accept. Actually, these guys were accepting 100%, but only that we have now reduced them. We want cash flow to keep moving in the system. So we are starting a project that is going to be soliciting school fees for young students, for young kids who are going to school. So I'm calling upon you. We are very soon, you're going to share it on groups. If you feel like you can pay school fees for 2 people, or 3, 5, or 10, well and good, do it. Then when you do it, you send it to us. We identify people who are these kids who are unable to pay school fees. We pay using one, so you will have added value to the community. So when we come back to the community, pay school fees to these people using coin. We are forcing schools, we are demanding schools, please, you know what you do, you accept ones, we'll give you students, because we'll have sponsors. Then in turn, we also look for people who are selling what they want, stationery, food, and what have you. So generally, the project we are doing is actually putting Deal Shaker being #1 shopping platform in Uganda and using it to join Africa. So very soon, we'll be looking for importers. If you want to import your things, we say, let's say, we want to import things to China. So my duty is going to contact a country manager in China. I say, you guys, I have these things. I want to sell them in China. You can look for me people who want coin, who want to take a coin, to pay me in coins. Then I give you my products, my fruits. We have very good matoke, we have very good yellow bananas, and what have you. So we also come to a country and say, you know what, this is what you want. So I believe with that, that is how we are going to make the project go already again. Lastly, I'm telling everyone, and here as you're here, I'm calling upon each of you, become your own king. Since now our big king is on top, roaring. As he roars to his young kings, okay? So become your own king, duplicate what you are doing. I'm so happy about the Zoom calls from the Caribbean, and I've been following it since 2017. I want to promise that I'm duplicating it as soon as we finish the lockdown of COVID-19. Then I will also have to duplicate it in Uganda to help my people here in Africa. So let us be kings on our own platforms, and you make sure you do what king does. Don't wait for him to, to guide you. No. If he has the capacity of holding more than five webinars, Zoom meetings a day, so how many have you held? How many can you hold? How many can you make? So let us be our own. Instead of waiting on the top, it's now our responsibility. I've come to know that OneCoin is like a dogma. It's a dogma spirit in us. It is already released. Whether Simon is out, whether Adele is gone, whether John is gone, but this dogma spirit has to keep moving in people. So you must make sure it's like COVID-19. You must distribute this COVID to people before you leave. So I want to thank you and close from here. Thank you and God bless you.
Wow. Wow, 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 wow.
Wow.
Such a detailed synopsis of the things that is going on in Africa. And you could see, John, I have to commend you on the stance that you took and also some of the practices that you are implementing. And Michelle here really likes...
I identified 3 things right away. I love the fact that you brought up the vision. We must get the vision. I like the fact that you're saying, if you come in, you have to come with commitment. I love that. It's a business. It's reality. And then the fact that you're working and you're doing all what you have just said, despite haters being on your case. And I love that. That's the only way we are successful at anything we do. We push forward despite of, and I want to congratulate you. I love those pop out to me, and I feel the excitement and in your details. And I'm ready to come Africa. Yes, I'm ready. So I love it.
So John, hook up some hotels with OneCoins, and we will see if we can make a flight as soon as this coronavirus is over. All right?
Yeah,
because we love your passion, we love your enthusiasm, and the no nonsense that is needed right now, because this is serious business, as Michelle says. This is life and death. And we cannot carry people who are not committed to this vision. It just can't happen.
Exactly. Yeah, actually, on the hotels, I have around 2 hotels. Very good. You come and even visit to see the baboons. Very good to see that once the COVID-19 is done and we have free movement to countries, I will take you to it's a good part in Kabale. It's in the southwest. It's western Uganda. I will invite you. We must have an event. And one most thing I would like to get to advice I'd forgotten is that you see what I have identified in Super TED. One academy, some people may think it is hard. But if you take that Super TED and you give it to an old human being, an old person, he can actually learn from it, not necessarily kids. Give it to someone who can easily read and write, he will interpret it and he will look for you. Just give him as a gift. Print it out, give him Super TED. Don't tell him take it to kids, it's yours, it's a gift. When you go through, he will look for you to sign up. Thank you.
Wow. We agree with you 100%, because recently we do a Zoom. Well, every lunchtime we do a Zoom at One Academy, Lunch and Learn. And we highlighted for 1 week Super TED. So we see what you're saying. And I always say, let's use One Academy to build the people. I love that. And once we do that, value is added and success is given, because we now have educated people in this new economy, and now we can move forward with everything else. So I love it.
We just need about 5 more of you, John.
Yes.
We'll be good. Just 5 more of you, and we'll be fantastic. We'll take the whole world.
All right.
All right.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
we are so happy to have you on board, and we're so happy again to have you so committed. And just keep doing what you're doing, brother. Just keep doing what you're doing, and of course we are here to always help and assist, and get your country involved in the One Academy calls that we have. That will help, I know. And also we more or less try to use the entire ecosystem to build a community. So we use, a lot of the aspects of the ecosystem to build a community. So again, thank you so much for sharing, and I hope that others are inspired to do the same. So have a good one.
Thank you.
Okay, so that was John out of Uganda. Such a fantastic and powerful testimony. Okay, so we are about winding up right now, and we would just like to get into the captain's corner and see exactly what is being said by our captain and this new movement that we have here. So Michelle will get into that before we bring out the captain, of course, to close up.
All right, so I would just like to read from the captain's corner. Hey everyone, what is happening in your country? What is evolving in your life? I am penning this as I am stuck in traffic, but I cannot help but think of the organization that I am a part of and how humbling it is. Let me share this thought with you. Be the change you want to see. It is as simple as that. Nothing else needs to be said, and no further clarification is required. Be the change you want to see. It does not matter where you are or the situation you are in. Just be the change you want to see. Most people have become accustomed to complaining. They are either aggravated or stressed out, crying or completely drowning in their emotions. It is easy to stay on that level instead of lifting themselves above it all, and rising to the occasion by being the change they want to see. Some people say the organization has no leadership. I have no issue with that. However, be that leadership. Others have a list of things they want the organization to do. However, it is not necessary for them to be the change they want to see. Some say there are things that need to be done differently. But if you apply the concept of being the change you want to see, then do the things you believe should be done differently with your team within the organization, and you would now be living and breathing example of the change you want to see. Don't be afraid of this. Welcome it. Create the situation you desire to be in. Do not be a complainer and runner. Instead of leaving a problem unresolved, solve it. Simply put, that is the thought of the day. Sometimes you must be that change first, because everyone wants change. We all want things to be done differently and situations to improve. How many of us are willing to do the work, what is required to make the change? How many? We must want to do the work. The interesting thing is there is work to be done. So I implore you to get to work. Get active. This is a very serious mission that we are on, friends. This is for those who are part of the One Life family and those who want to be part of this family. Wherever you come from, activate thyself in your sphere. Be that positive change where you are by, impacting your environment with action instead of thought. These are my humble thoughts. I will be happy if you can listen, learn, and apply. Do not cry about it. Be about it. Do not talk about it. Be about it. Be about what? Be about action. I am your humble servant, King James. Trust the process. One's out. Wow.
Right.
I can't say it any better than that. And no further introduction is needed.
So we are going to trust the process. That will be, of course, our tagline, trust the process. And, it's just about keeping the main thing, and you can't get any meaner than that. All right. So it has been a fantastic program. And, you know, we just want again to highlight, of course, the fantastic thing that the IT department is doing in solving that phishing problem. And they are working, I believe, on the OLN side and also the deal shaker side today, if I'm not mistaken. I think that's the word that we got from Fred. So this here is action being done, as the newsletter just said, as the Captain's Corner highlighted, that we are about action. We're not just about talk. We are about getting things done. So to end this call, we'll call no other than Action Man himself, Mr. Cordell King James, who apparently is leading this rocket ship. And he is, I think he have his mask off. I'm not too sure, but yes. So it's all over to you, sir.
Thank you to the
You're
mark.
supposed to have the countdown. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Just
Oh man, such an honor and a privilege to be here this morning. Good afternoon, good day, wherever part of the world you are. I've been all over the globe so far this morning. I was with Uganda, with John and his team this morning, just talking, having conversations, and just speaking the truth. And I think sometimes some people just don't want to accept the truth and the facts. I'm not going to stop saying it. I'm not going to move away from it. And I'm going to tell you a little bit about me. A lot of people are not going to appreciate my level of determination or my level of swiftness, but I try my best to be a no-nonsense kind of guy. And when I say no nonsense, there's no room for lies. There's no room for untruths. There's no room for misleading. We have been far down that road for too long. So there's no room for people that's 1 foot in, 1 foot out. You can be 1 foot in, 1 foot out if you choose. But tell on yourself. Let it be known. Don't pretend to be all in. Don't try to use the situation that we're in, which is not the greatest for all. But you have dedicated people and you use an excuse to not be dedicated. I am saying to you, my friends, that we have been lied to. You heard John mention it. You heard him mention that they came and sold it to him very wrong. It had people who went to take loans to get involved in this company because they were on a get-rich-quick program, and so it had it in their mind. I'm not saying we cannot get wealthy. I'm not saying things are not going to work out the way we wanted to work out, but it requires work. Even if we have to start over. But here what's important. Trust the process. Trust the process. That is a mantra that I wish I could unmute everyone mic and everybody start to scream, trust the process, because it's important for us to trust the process. Last week, we were able to have a conversation and we discussed on the One Academy phishing issue was solved last week. This week, we now have the One Life phishing issue solved this week. Next week, maybe the dish shaker, maybe not. Maybe the dish shaker take a month more to do. Do it really matter? It's about the process that we're in and you trusting the process. As the company unrolls bit by bit, who they are, where they're going, and what's happening as we gear up towards the event. If coronavirus throws off the event and it cannot be physical, we will still have the event. It'll just be online, set up in some particular way. The whole idea and the method of operation that I am under is the facts. The way this was intended to be. I ask you in your quarantine time, if you're during quarantine, go back and watch the videos of Dr. Ruja speaking. And please notice what she talks about and even the events and the way she discussed and how so many times she had been to events and was actually disgusted by the event. In one of the videos, she even speak about how she had been here so long and she have heard nothing about education, nothing about One Academy. What are we selling? This is the question she had to all. I did some research and I went back to look at some old clippings and I saw the former, I don't even know what to call him, like the main corporate guy, Mr. Greenwood, had a whole rambling of things. Nothing was about education. Friends, the facts remain. we have a job to do. The world right now is in dire need of the financial education that we have to offer. It is telling signs. Oil fell to negative territory for the first time. But you know what's going to happen? They're going to manipulate their way out of that situation with just pumping dollars in to the system. Because there's no blockchain applied to any of those things for you and I to transparently see what is being done. But you see sanctions come out years after. You see people have to pay fines years after for the corruption that they did before. I'm reading these news. I'm watching these news. They went through some issue with oil and in 2008, and they said they marked it up by $4 more than it should be, pushing the barrel over 100 when that was not the true price. Why? Because there's no blockchain there. I'm saying to you that the society and the world we know have been a lie for a very long time, especially when it comes to finance. This is why they don't want to teach you. This is why we don't understand it. So you heard some people today. You heard Japan is active. You heard Uganda is active. Happen. You're hearing and you're feeling and you know and you understand that there's a buzz starting to come right back around this organization. Why? Because we are the truth. We sell the truth. We believe in the truth. Because we are the light in the darkness of financial illiteracy. Be that light that shine bright. So there's some things that are happening as I close off. There's some things that's going to occur in the newsletter. The newsletter is running late, unfortunately. Should be out today. I saw they sent out a test mail, so it should be out today. And you're going to see the introduction of the captain board. Here's what the whole co-captain board is about. There's about 24 members of the co-captain board. Let me help you understand the objective. The co-captain board is about what? The brand. No one on the co-captain board is bigger than the brand. It's about the business. It's not about I am co-captain and I am this, I am that. I don't operate like that, nor do I want anyone to do. It's about the brand. I advertise brand first. When you associate me with the brand. Because the brand is important. So it's not that I leave and I try to pull people with me when I leave if I leave the organization. You know why? Because people would stay with the brand. They're not staying with me. I'm not building my name or my portfolio or my brand like some people love to do. Because the brand is one. One academy, one life, one world foundation, one. We are the true one. Don't be confused by anyone else. So I'm encouraging you to see these leaders that's going to be the co-captains for what they are. People that's here to serve and to promote the brand. Faithful, dedicated people that it doesn't necessarily matter the rank. It matters their willingness to go forward and build. Are you willing to learn different so you can do different? Are you willing to accept the truth and the harsh reality? Are you willing to understand the situation that we're in is not corporate fault alone? Majority of the IMAs that's not here today played a major role in the situation and they left. So the ones that's here, you don't scrutinize them, you don't attack them, you appreciate them and you become one of them. You become a believer and you rise up and do more. Why? Because it's possible. Why? Our story of success is possible. And if it's possible, that means it's doable. Are you going to do? So I really, really thank Ivan and Michelle for the call. I know they planned these calls ahead of time, so they have it structured in a particular manner. I am humbled by the privilege to be a part of this journey as we look to blast off. All I have seen is whether people want to view it as we are just barely staying alive or whether you want to view it as progress. I view it that we're still here, no matter the amount of distractors and the people that attempted to kill us. And I think that should matter to you because the company could have decided not to be here, like some people wish and hope. But I'm grateful that they are fighting. And you know what I decided to do? Join them in the fight. And what fight are we in? The fight for our financial evolution and revolution. I am one. Thank you, Mike. I am one. And I suggest that you guys become one too. One together is a stronger fit than us being apart. So it's all about one life for more life, guys. Humble servant here, King James, one's out.
Right, one's out, sir.
Wow.
Fitting way to wind up
Betty.
this mentorship call. We had a very exciting week. Certain things are happening. It will get more and more exciting, and we ask you to stay tuned. Again, I wanted to share something, but I'm not getting the screen. So again, we say, hold the vision and trust the process. It will work out. And we have to be more like John. And despite everything, he is fighting because he has realized and internalized that vision. And when he looks in every aspect, there's nothing else that could give him what he wants to accomplish for himself and his family and for his country, more than one life. And it is the same for us. So we thank you so much for being on this call. We will wind it up now. I don't know if Michelle has any closing remarks.
I just want you to remember the new mantra: trust the process and hold that vision, as Ivan just said. Together for more, this will become successful. It is already successful. No matter who have left or no matter what has happened, we are still here, as our captain just said. We are still here. And if I had to say something to everyone here today, he said to own it, and you decide if you're committed. Well, I am committed. I am willing to be the change, and I am willing to trust the process. Join us next week for at the same time.
And also, please remind them of the calls. We have the One Academy calls every day except Wednesdays from 12 noon Eastern Standard Time that we do the One Academy. And we also have the nightly calls that we do every night, 7 days a week for the next 60 days. Well, we have, I think, 28 days remaining. And we invite the whole connection, we invite the whole network to come on these calls and help your team and get the information that you need on these calls. So again, shalom, thank you so much, and see you next week, Wednesday.
Be safe, everyone.
Be safe.
Stay
alive.
Bye.
One's out.